Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a great Tuesday. Today was a good day. I thought our guys came out, had really good energy. Understanding that. Just the focus, the details, implementing the beginning pieces of the game plan. Like I said yesterday, it was a little different week. Last night we're able to have, what was our normal Sunday practice. We moved back to Monday night, and you gave us an opportunity to introduce some things to the game plan. But today it was a good job of guys going out there and working to execute it, in pads and working at speed. I'm really pleased with some of the guys and the initiative that I'm seeing when it comes to a fundamental focus and to communicate better and making sure that awareness we talked about after the game is getting implemented in every aspect. And I thought the guys finished up well. It's been a big part of of our emphasis throughout practice. For the season, and I thought today was one of our better finishes that we've had. So it was, I thought, all in all, a good day, and obviously got a lot of work to do as the week progresses. But excited with the first step.
First question will be Ira Schoffel from War Chant.
There's been a couple different reasons for the poor starting field position you guys have had offensively the last few weeks. But how much has that affected play calling? How much has it changed what you guys are able to do when you're backed up inside maybe your own 20 to start a drive?
Yeah, obviously that's not ever ideal, and that we talk a lot about sudden change defense. We have a plan of how we want to attack, what we want to do. Obviously week in and week out, the matchup really will have its own. Influence on those decisions and what we call. I thought, the prior week against Pitt, it happened, multiple times. We were able to get a couple, within that situation. We were able to get two stops, one of them holding a field goal, another one, not allowing any points. And then, obviously it showed up the other day, and we, gave up a touchdown on that drive. And so, we got to make sure that we truly treat each play as its own. Understanding you're working with a shortened field, that's gonna provide different opportunities. How teams try to attack when they start a drive in positive territory, and all those factors we discuss and we practice. So it's really one of those things that we got to control what we can control, and go out there and you'll play at the highest level possible.
Hi, Mike, I know you spoke a little bit about it yesterday, going forward on fourth down at the rate that you guys do, and I know there's analytics and metrics that go into it, but is there also a dynamic of trying to set a tone, trying to set an example for the younger guys on offense? This is how we're going to be aggressive. Is there a mindset that goes into that in addition to the analytics?
We want to maximize every down that we have, and sometimes maximizing the down is punting the ball on fourth down or kicking a field goal. But if we feel that that we're in a position to go for it and utilize that fourth down and extend drives or give us an opportunity to stay on the field, then we've got to understand those situations, and we prepare for those situations. So to say develop a mindset, yes, but that really should be the mindset of whatever the situation calls for. We've got to go out there and perform and execute. We talk a lot about those cash down situations. That's third and fourth down, and it's the same thing defensively. That you can get a third down stop, but if you allow a conversion on fourth down, the drive continues. And so really those are big factors that we look at. And when we look at our conversion rates, I take both third and fourth downs into account for that. And we weren't very good on third down on offense the other night, and it hurt us. But we were, I think, converted 75% or close to that on fourth down. So we were able to keep drives rolling, and it helps flip the field position, and it keeps us with that aggressive mindset. So we're always going to look at that, but I think that, it's something we talk to our players about back in preseason of camp, and why we do what we do, and the belief in that, and and they support it and understand that.
We'll go back to Ira.
I'm sorry, I must have misphrased my first question. I meant when you guys are on offense and starting with poor field position, you guys have, with kick returns not getting out very often, seems like you guys have had a lot of drives starting backed up.
Absolutely. Yeah, I figured it might have been where you're going, but it does in certain aspects, and it's really the same answer to the question. Regardless of where you start, you've got to go out there and execute. And times that you're backed up, you really our focus is go get that first down, and you'll be able to get a little bit of a routine and rhythm within the drive. I think our guys, they embrace those opportunities, but it does, especially when you're playing with younger quarterbacks and some of the things that have showed up, in those moments. But it's also a challenge to our return teams, and it's a challenge to what we're doing special teams wise. We've got to make sure that that is a positive weapon for us rather than something that's hindering us with where we're beginning drives. And it's something we're working mightily on, and we've got to continue to improve.
Next will be Pat Burnham from the Osceola.
Pat, you might be on mute, bud.
All right, we'll go back to Brendan.
Sidney Williams was a guy who played a lot on Saturday. I guess, Mike, how did you evaluate his play, and I guess how significant is it for him to continue to get meaningful reps?
He's a guy. Sidney was a late signee for us in this last year's class. I think we offered him maybe the last weekend. Going before signing day, and he's a young man that he had some injuries his senior year, and really it was kind of some limited film. But man, I'm so excited about what his future is, and he has come in, has gotten better every day. He started by starting to make an impact in special teams and showed really good speed, physicality, his work ethic and the performance in practice has really allowed him to put himself in this position. We've had a couple of injuries, and that opportunity presented itself, and I think he played well. Obviously, there were some moments that showed up where he looked like a freshman, and maybe not the confidence in the decision making of where to be. I mean, there was a 1/3 down and short that he was just the rhythm and timing of getting himself in a position where he needs to be. Those are things that he could grow from, and but he was. He has shown a lot of improvement throughout this year, and to do what he's doing as a true freshman, a guy that. Has come in and he's recovering. When he got here, he's still recovering from an injury from his senior year. But I think he's done a great job, and excited about what his future holds.
Next will be Antoine Staley from Tallahassee Democrat.
I wanted to ask you a little bit about Clemson, looking ahead to that, and also could you kind of compare and contrast them to a Notre Dame team that you also played this year?
I think Clemson, they're a great football team, and they're coming off, their first regular season loss in however many years, against that Notre Dame team, and I think you see an offense that is versatile. They've got dynamic players all over the field. I think you look at the quarterback position with Lawrence. I mean, he is a special talent. He is you could say once in a decade, but I mean, there's not a whole lot of them that are like him that are out there, and he's a fun player to watch. Just not only the physical tools, but really the charisma that he brings, and the leader that he is. Etienne in the backfield is as good of a back as there is in the country. They've got some dynamic playmakers on the perimeter, and experienced group offensively. You carry it over the defensive side of the ball. I mean, it's a defense that has some extremely talented guys. They're going to attack from all aspects. Very rarely do you see the same look twice. I mean, they're gonna try to play fast and be multiple in what they do, and doing it with really talented personnel. And for us, we've got to be on point in all aspects of our game. And we know the challenge that's in front of us, but like I told our guys, I mean, we got to go out there every day and just continue to put forward the best version of us. And we're excited to compete. We're excited to be here at home. But I mean, it is a a great team that's coming in here. The comparisons to another. I mean, each team is unique in its own right, but it's a dang good football team.
Next will be Kurt Lawler from Tallahassee Democrat.
Jarvis, obviously, he had the big play Saturday. I was wondering, I guess, how you kind of thought he performed, I guess, the game as a whole outside of just that play. I know he's a guy y'all were high on in the preseason. Are you starting to see more of that player now on a more consistent basis in games?
Absolutely, and he's really put himself as a he started kind of off in the nickel cornerback role earlier in the season, and he's really established himself as the starting corner opposite of Asante, and he's playing at a high level. It's not it's not necessarily as consistent as where he's going to be, but he's working away every day at practice. He is a true competitor. He's had great response throughout the course of the games that he's been in. If he gives up a play or if there's something that he's got to correct, whether it's a technique or a fundamental, I mean, you can make the correction on the sideline. You see him working to apply it immediately, and he understands the value of knowledge. He understands the challenges that we're going to try to present for him throughout the course of the week to prepare him for game day. And he's a young man that, if you look from where we were in January to where we are now, just his growth, his development, his belief and trust in the process is remarkable, and it's going to give him an opportunity to be a very special player here, I think, in his future.
Next will be Bob Ferrante from the Osceola.
Coach, I'm curious about the improvements, making some strides in the run defense these last couple of weeks. Kind of what have you seen against Pitt and NC State?
I think it always starts up front, and you've seen some real improvements with our fundamentals. I think guys like Dennis Briggs, Fabian Lovett, Robert Cooper has played probably his best 2 games back to back, but those guys are doing a better job of being accountable and working to win their gaps in what we're doing, and it's showing up at a higher rate. J. Rob and Kane Doe. I mean, that first group, and those guys that are working in. I mean, it's just continued push throughout the course of the week. I think guys like Stephen Dix, Emmett Rice, they're continuing to come along. Amari Gaynor there at linebacker. Jaden, we made the transition, kind of getting him down at the stud position as well. So I'm liking the depth that I'm seeing at that position, and those guys are just getting better with each rep in understanding our fits and continuing to clean that up in all aspects. But once again, it's not where we need it to be, but we're definitely heading in the right direction. And we just got to continue to eliminate the missed tackles and that are allowing some of the explosive runs that have shown up.
We'll go back to Ira.
Kenny spoke really highly of Jay Sean yesterday, and he said that early in the season he thought maybe he was still a little tentative coming back from the injury. When a player's going through something like that, do you just have to be patient as a coaching staff and hope that it's going to, or do you ever wonder whether a guy is going to be able to get that confidence back that we've seen from him these last few weeks?
I think I've said this before, but I really believe that confidence is gained through experience and through the work that you're doing and the investment that you're doing as you're going through, whether it's an injury, whether it's something that happens on the field, a newcomer that's going out there for the first time. When you invest the work and it's consistent in how they're going about it, the confidence is going to come. And, it's just, sometimes you need that moment. It was great to see Jay Sean get in the open field and be able to finish a play, on an explosive run in the end zone. He made a couple people miss on a couple big runs. He shows some toughness that had to show up in critical, third and fourth and short situations. And, when you kind of get, those experiences under your belt, the confidence comes with it. And, he does it every day in practice, and I'll tell you that Coach Johnson and the demand of the running backs and just how they are feeding off of each other, it's really helping that group mature at a very fast pace. And Jay Sean is a leader in that group, and really helping those guys. And I think we're going to see continued growth from him because of the investment that he just consistently makes.
This will be Aslan Hajavandy from Warchant.
Coach, what's your favorite underdog story? Are you Rocky, Rudy guy, Prisoners, in Longest Yard, or none of the above?
Oh man, I mean, there's some great ones out there, but yeah, it's hard for me to just pinpoint a favorite right now. You know, I've had the opportunity to live out some underdog experiences in my career, and there's there's no greater feeling than when you see that the preparation, the belief in what you can do, and then when you get, even though nobody on the outside gives us much of a chance, for this week or just really at this year in a lot of aspects. But it's the message is continuing to believe in the process, continue to believe in yourself, and at the end of the day, we're gonna get 3.5 hours to go play the game on Saturday, and I've been able to live that throughout my coaching career, my playing career, and in some aspects of my life in some of those areas. But that's what this is all about. It's about growing. It's about doing things that people don't think that you can do, and but you have to work to go get there. And that's our focus. Just trying to be better this week. And come Saturday, we're going to get our shot. We're going to get our opportunity, and we've got to go out there and perform to the best of our ability against a great football team.